Hi, I'm Christina. Welcome. So I'm the kind of person that has struggled a lot with motivation in my life. Sometimes it has been really high and other times not so much. And this really sparked my journey on understanding it better because I could not figure out why some people seemed like they can do anything they set their mind to, while others, myself included, struggle to take action in their life. So in today's video, we'll get into what I have learned, uncover the secrets behind motivation, what drives it, and how you can cultivate it. Let's dive in. So first, we need to talk about what is motivation. Motivation is often associated with engagement, energy, satisfaction, and other positive experiences. Many people wish to become more motivated for work or for studying, and we often think that various tasks could be accomplished if only the motivation was present. Essentially, it's what keeps you going and moving towards your goals. Motivation can be divided into two types: intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation comes from within, where the experience of an activity is a reward in of itself because it is interesting, challenging, and important to you. On the other hand, extrinsic motivation is driven by the consequences of an activity, such as money, praise, or avoiding punishment. So next we need to talk about the drivers of motivation. In the past, I thought I needed motivation before taking action, and surprise, surprise, did not work. This only led to a procrastination spiral and doing things last minute out of fear of failure. I was driven by external motivators, which was not serving my best interest in the long run. Then I learned that motivation comes from taking action. By taking action, we feel rewarded because it releases dopamine in our brains. This creates the feeling of motivation, which again makes us want to take more action. What highly motivated people do differently is that they build routines and habits that can sustain motivation over a longer period of time. In the beginning, it can be really difficult to take action, so you gotta start really small. Choose a small task that you can accomplish, let's say within 5 minutes. That way it's easier to do it consistently. A classic example is making your bed each morning, or say take out the trash. Very mundane stuff. But by doing that and afterwards take the time to reward yourself, just like make a mental note saying like, oh, I did good. Sit and see how that made you feel. Even if it's just a mundane task, we cannot undermine the power of reward. Our whole brain is made out of getting rewarded, so we need to use that to our advantage. Likewise, you don't want to reward yourself before taking action. If you procrastinate by gaming or cleaning instead, it will only reinforce the behavior and make you feel bad. But another trick that I like to use, set a timer for say 5 minutes and just do the task until the timer goes off. And if you don't feel like continuing it, just stop. Pat yourself on the back. Did good work. Another trick I like to use is set a timer for 5 or 10 minutes and just do the task until the time is up. If I don't feel like continuing it, I stop and reward myself. Pat on my back. I did 5 minutes. That is better than nothing. Or if you want to work out, you can set the goal as just putting on your gym clothes and stepping foot inside a gym. Then, if you don't feel like it, you can just walk out. But at least you started rewiring your brain to think that, oh, that is a cue. And cues are wonderful to start creating new habits and making them stick. You just gotta start really small. So next we're gonna talk about how to cultivate lasting motivation. Lasting motivation comes from intrinsic rewards. Money and praise might feel good there and then, but it does not sustain motivation in the long run. You need to figure out what you really care about. Take a moment to think about your values, beliefs, and inner passions. And this can be really difficult in the beginning if you have never thought about them consciously. So I recommend looking online. There are a lot of resources to help you narrow down. And you really need to get to the core of it to move forward and create goals that matters to you. Once we have figured out our core values and beliefs and passions, it's important to set specific goals that are in alignment with those values. For example, you figure out that one of your core values are being healthy, then you can set a goal that you want to go to the gym 3 times per week. It's not a goal about reaching a certain weight or looking a certain way, but rather give you that internal motivation you need to keep going to the gym. Just make sure that you break down your goals into bite-sized chunks to not feel overwhelmed, because that is really easy to do if you start a new big project, and especially if you do a lot of things at the same time. To get that sense of accomplishment and progress, which can be motivating in and of itself, it can be good to track your progress. I like to keep a journal where I focus on one small habit at a time, and I can cross it off when it's done, and that keeps the momentum going and help you stay consistent. Lastly, visualization can be a good way of getting started. Just close your eyes for a minute and think about how good it will feel once a task is accomplished. That will give you a sense of reward before you start. Even though I said earlier not to do that, but this is a way of trying to get that sense of reward going. So that will lead into action. Or you can visualize every step towards the desired outcome. For example, if you want to do some homework, you can visualize going to your desk, opening up your book, taking out your notes, taking your pencil case out, and see yourself doing that task can help you give the momentum that you need to get started. And don't beat yourself up if you fail one day. Setbacks is a natural part of the process and it is to be expected. It's all about having that mindset and belief that you will figure it out and that failure is a part of it. Allow yourself to be less than perfect. Like, perfectionism hinders so many people out there, and I have been the craziest perfectionist and I wouldn't get any work done because it was all or nothing. So allow yourself to just get started and just say like, done is better than perfect. To recap, action is the driving force behind our motivation. By understanding your why, setting clear goals, rewarding yourself, tracking your progress, visualizing success, and maintaining a growth mindset, you can cultivate and sustain motivation for the longer run. Remember, motivation is not a one-time spark, it's a daily commitment towards your goals and your future. You owe it to your future self to do the hard thing today. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and stay motivated out there and don't give up. See you in the next one.